My loving greetings, Vanakkam, Namaste, Prem, Namaskar to one and all of you. Welcome to the Monday Sadhana. Yesterday was Father's Day in many places, and sometimes last week it was Relationship Day. So, relationship makes us or breaks us. Relationships makes us enjoy a good quality of life, or relationships makes us turbulent inside. We are unable to maintain our self-composure, we get angry, we experience hatred, envy, jealousy, lust, greed. The people that love you the most hurt you the most. So we need to look at that in relationship to the quality of our life. Look at relationship in relation to the quality of life. Firstly, in terms of our journey, where do we want to go to when we leave this mortal body? Do we want to go to the mansion, stay in a mansion, or do we want to stay in a jail cell? If our life is a beautiful life, righteous, noble, loving, caring, compassionate, understanding, and we purify and purge our lives, then we will go and stay in a mansion. And in that mansion, we will experience peace and bliss, joy and happiness, and experience the overwhelming love of God because we live in oneness and synergy with God. But if we do not achieve the purpose for which we have come into this world, and we experience all our problems, challenges, trials, tribulations, we experience turbulent mind, if our inner world is in a state of suffering, then we're not going to be going to stay in a mansion, but we will end up in a jail cell in our exit from this world. In other words, we're stuck in this astral world, and life there is no freedom. In a jail cell, there's no freedom. And because of the pain that we inflict on others, because of all the negative karma, the anger, hatred, envy, jealousy, lust, greed, and all the problems we cause in relationships in this world, and all the unrighteous thoughts, words, and acts that we commit in this world, in this life, we will end up in a jail cell. And this astral world is only suffering. We are sitting inside the jail and we're looking out, and all we could see that everybody's experiencing freedom, but we are caught in this cage. There's no movement for us from this cage. There is no peace. There's nothing that we could do because we're in a state of desperation. We're in a state of suffering. We are in this anadi state. Kavala avate. This is the experience of desperation in this, because this cage, we are aware of all the sins we have created. We are aware of all the wrongs we have done and the negative karma that we have acquired for ourselves. And therefore, we want to get out of this cage, come back to this world, and repent for our sins and mitigate all the negativity and the negative karma that we have brought to ourselves. So we want to get back here in this world. And in this world, in our lives, relationship is so important. Relationship, more particularly with our parents, we experience a relationship with our loved ones, experience a relationship with the work colleagues, the workmates. We experience a relationship with the organizations that you belong to, relationship with your doctor, with your pharmacist, with your shopkeeper, the farmer, and you have relationship with your spiritual master and with God. And we have to nurture a beautiful inner state to experience good relationships. If we have a strong bond with God and enjoy a beautiful relationship with God, then our prayers will achieve the outcomes that we desire. If we have good relationship with family members, with everyone that we come into contact, we have to nurture a beautiful inner state. And in this beautiful inner state, we experience good relationships with everyone. But if our mind is turbulent, if we are going through inner suffering, inner conflicts, inner struggles, and we also experience anger, hatred, envy, jealousy, lust, greed, then our world outside is not going to be a beautiful, smooth world. The external world is a reflection of your internal world. Whatever is happening in your life outside is inevitably and inextricably connected to what is going on in the inside. And if we understand that we come into this world to purify and purge our lives, to experience all that which is good, and to purify, purge ourselves, and reach the state of absolute perfection, absolute pureness, so that we can be liberated from this world and reach the mansion, this beautiful abode of God, where we can experience oneness and synergy with God. And if we do not achieve that in this lifetime, we're going back and stuck in this cycle and going back into this jail cell where there is suffering, struggle, desperation. It is important that we take note of it. In life, everybody aspires to achieve success and accomplishments. Everyone aspires to experience inner fulfillment and to experience good relationships, to experience successes in your life, to experience accomplishments. You have to then do whatever is necessary from a beautiful inner state. And therefore, in your entire life, if you gravitate towards pureness, towards love, towards joy, towards peace, towards bliss, then, and you do all the right things in this world, you control your thoughts, words, and actions, then you move into a beautiful inner state. And then you'll see in your outer world, you experience successes. Even for you to experience inner fulfillment, you have to be in a beautiful inner state. Fulfillment is a state of consciousness in which you experience the flowering of the heart. And when there is flowering of the heart, love radiates to everyone. It must radiate to such an extent that you radiate love to everyone without any discrimination whatsoever. You radiate love not because you can get something out of the other person. You radiate love unconditionally. You must love everybody in this world. And that's what will happen when your heart starts flowering. And when that happens, then there's inner fulfillment in your life. And you will then help yourself to that final goal of human life, parisuttam, absolute pureness. Coming back to relationships that creates a beautiful life for you in this world, with a beautiful inner world. There is no ideal relationships. In relationship, we are all different. Therefore, We must agree to disagree. There are things that we will disagree. Even as husband and wife, we will be able to disagree about things because we all think differently. We are all different individuals. However, the most important thing in cementing beautiful relationship is that if there is a disagreement or argument, you must be able to amicably settle that argument or disagreement after dealing with it in that same time. Then it becomes a beautiful relationship. However, if you carry the residue of that argument or disagreement to the next day and the subsequent days, then that is not a good relationship. Another thing that happens is that we are also very judgmental. We judge people, we judge things, we judge situations. And even in relationships, we are judgmental. For instance, in relationship, what we do is that we create a framework against someone. If you're a husband, you create a framework against your wife, or a wife creates a framework around the husband, or the child with the parents. In this framework, we have our own ideas, our ideologies, and our projections of life. We in our minds want our husbands to behave in a particular way, to do certain things, not to do certain things. This is what we want in our own mind, and we create this framework, what we want. Likewise, the husbands create this framework, what they want and what they don't want out of this wife. And in all relationships, we do that. We create a framework having our own ideas of what the person should be and how he or she should behave. And we have our ideologies, our own projections of life about the next person. However, if there is no fulfillment in your own framework, if the other person in your relationship does not comply with what your thoughts, words, your projections are, then there is disagreement, then there is conflict. Because what you think and what you have created for the next person in your framework within your mind is not what the other person fulfills. And if there's no fulfillment, then there is problems, there is conflict. And with the conflict creates problems in relationship. And when there's problem in relationship, then your life is not beautiful anymore. You have so much of inner issues. You have so much of inner struggle, inner conflicts with problematic relationships. The problem is not with the persons. The problem is with that framework that we create, that judgmental framework that we create. When you drop that framework, then there's no problem. There is no conflict. There is no struggle. Because the problem is the framework. Drop it and your relationship should be good. Another important thing that we need to do in relationship is to experience friendship in all relationships. We all have friends. We know the faults and failures of our friends, but yet we love our friends. We will be there for our friends. We'll be able to take care of our friends where they need us. But yet we know they have their faults and failures. But with family, because we don't have that friendship, every little fault or failure becomes a problem and creates conflict in relationship. So even in family, even with all loved ones, we need to nurture beautiful relationships and find friendship in all these relationships. When you find friendship in all these relationships with loved ones, then you will ignore their faults and failures. You will still enjoy a beautiful relationship. And when you enjoy a beautiful relationship, you also nurture a beautiful inner state. When you start nurturing a beautiful inner state, then you will always become aware of your thoughts, words, and actions. You will also purify and purge your life in everything that you do in this world. And then you will accomplish the goal of human life that enables you to become liberated from the cycle of births and deaths. That will enable you to go to and stay in the mansion and not in the jail cell. So please take note of that. Try and nurture friendship in all relationships, especially with your loved ones. The other thing that in relationship we do is that we think that if we understand the next person and if we are understood by the next person, then there will be no problems. Can we really understand the next person? Do we know what is in the inner world of the next person? Do we know what is in the mind of the next person? So how can we understand the next person? And the next person's decisions and behavior is also affected by what charges, programs are sitting in the subconscious mind of the next person. And all those programs and charges, whether the programs are positive or negative, as is a result of the exposure of the stimuli of that person in early childhood and early years of life, which we refer to the foundation years of life. So if you yourself don't know what is sitting in your subconscious mind, how would you know what is sitting in the subconscious mind of the other person? Therefore, you will not be able to understand the other person fully, neither would you understand yourself completely. Many people in this world behave in a particular way, in an obsessive way, but they themselves do not know why they behave in that particular way. They do certain things and they're not sure why they're doing it, because what they are doing is driven by what is sitting in the subconscious mind, the program or the charge that is in the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is more powerful than the conscious mind and is driving the conscious mind to make the person behave in the way he or she does. So instead of trying to understand the next person, just try and experience everyone as he or she is. Experience everyone. And when you start experiencing people as they are, you'll experience a beautiful inner state. Experiencing someone else is indeed a beautiful feeling that you experience within yourself. And when we start experiencing beautiful feelings, we experience the other people as they are, and we nurture beautiful relationships, and we gravitate towards all that which is good, righteous, noble, loving, caring, and you're compassionate and understanding in your day-to-day life, and you purify and purge your life, you will then attain mukti. You'll attain liberation. You'll attain enlightenment. And then you will move towards this beautiful mansion. Guru Swamigal, the founder of the Sangam, says, Attan Adidum Andamadu Atmanukka Sandamana Vida. The place where the Lord Himself is dancing in the ecstasy of spiritual experience. That place, Atmanukka Sandamana Vida. For the soul, that is the real home. And that home I refer to now as the mansion. That home you will go to where there's only peace, bliss, joy, happiness, and oneness with God. And you experience the overwhelming presence of God, the overwhelming love of God. But if you don't do that in this lifetime, then you're coming back in this cycle, you're going back into the astral world, and you'll feel that you are in a jail cell, stuck in a desperate situation. And you may remain there for a long time before you are released from the jail and come back to this world. So only you can make a difference. So make today the first day of the rest of your life. Make a difference to your life and make a difference in the quality of your life, make a difference in your journey and change your life around. And you'll then fulfill all your wishes in this world, you'll fulfill all your dreams in this world, you will then nourish a beautiful state and attain that state of liberation, mukti, enlightenment, that takes you to the home of God. So now sit comfortably with your spine upright, with all the chakras in alignment, with your hands on the center of your thighs, palm facing upwards. Gently close your eyes. Now contemplate on your inner state. Are you experiencing a beautiful inner state? And in this beautiful inner state, where you experience love, joy, peace, happiness, bliss, compassion, understanding? Or are you in the inner world experiencing anger, hatred, envy, jealousy, lust, greed? And then look at your relationships. Do you have a beautiful relationship with all the people that you interact with? Your parents, your siblings, your children, your workmates, the people in the institutions, your doctor, pharmacist, shopkeeper, your relationship with your spiritual master and your divine. Look at all these relationships. And the most important relationship right now you need to take care of, look at, is your relationship with your mother and father, your parents. So contemplate on all these relationships. Do you have conflicting relationship, problematic relationship, or you have beautiful, peaceful, harmonious relationships with everyone? If you have identified problematic relationships, conflicting relationships, and if you have identified problems in your inner state, conflicts, struggles, if you have a turbulent mind, problematic mind, now visualize yourself walking down concrete steps into the sacred waters of the Ganges River. As you're walking in, the sacred waters are flushing your body, cleansing you, and healing you. Keep walking till the water is at your shoulder height. You are becoming purified and purged by the sacred waters of the Ganges River, as the waters flowing vigorously against your body, flushing your body, is purifying and purging you. When you dip your head into the water, you will now see dark blue liquid leaving your body and flowing with the sacred waters of the Ganges River. The dark blue liquid represents all your problems in your inner world. Whether you carry anger, hatred, envy, jealousy, lust, greed, or whether you have a turbulent mind, whether you have unrighteous, impure, bad and evil thoughts, words and actions. And it also represents all your problematic and conflicting relationships, the conflicts and the struggle that is going on. You are letting go of all this into the sacred waters of the Ganges River. And in the process, you are healing. You are purifying and purging your life. Continue to let go of all your negativity in the inner world. Let go of all the problems in the inner world. And let go of all the problems and issues that are creating the conflict in relationships. Let everything go into the sacred waters of the Ganges River. You are in a beautiful space in which you are becoming healed, cleansed, purified and purged by the sacred waters of the Ganges River. You are feeling the cool, sacred waters bathing your body, flushing your body, cleansing your body, and healing your mind, and taking care of your soul as well. When you dip your head into the water, you'll still see some blue liquid leaving your body. Those are the remnants and the residue of all the negativity that you have identified that is going out of your body. You are letting go. Whatever you let go into the sacred waters of the Ganges River does not belong to you anymore. You detach from it, and therefore you become purified, purged, and healed. Now when you look into the water, there's no more blue liquid leaving your body. You have let go of everything. You are now in a beautiful space. You can experience inner fulfillment because you have let go of all your negativity, all your problems and challenges and your inner baggage. With the state of fulfillment, contentment, you walk out of the sacred waters of the Ganges River, back up the steps, the concrete steps through which you descended into the river. And now you are seated in a beautiful space surrounded by green fields. Lots of colorful flowers around in a beautiful garden. You can see colorful butterflies fluttering its wings and moving around. You can hear the gentle chirps of the small birds that are flying about. What a beautiful, serene environment you now find yourself in. And you are seated there. Ensure that you are still sitting comfortably with your back upright so that all your chakras are in alignment. Now gently place your hands on your thighs with your palms facing upwards as we move into meditation. Take slow, long breaths into your abdomen. Feel your breath moving from the tip of your nostrils all the way into your lungs, pushing out your stomach as you inhale. Feel your abdomen collapse as breath is being pushed out of your lungs when you exhale. When you breathe in, you push out your stomach. As you breathe out, you pull your stomach in. Continue this breathing, taking the slow, long breaths. Now visualize a golden ball of light in your heart that is shining bright, beautiful, and brilliant. This golden ball of light is your divine. It is a manifestation of the supreme divine who is transcendental, beyond time and space, beyond all forms and names. And now you can experience the manifestation of this transcendental reality in your heart as the golden orb, golden ball of light. And feel the vibrations and the energy of the divine in your heart. Awaken to the source of your divine within you. Feel your heart transforming into a sacred space filled with the presence of the divine. Now ask your divine in your heart to lead you into a beautiful state of oneness with all your loved ones. Feel your heart opening up and flowering with immense love. Feel a sense of oneness and synergy with all your loved ones and immerse yourself with this love for your loved ones. Now bring to your awareness any one relationship that you are struggling with at the moment. You can visualize this person and feel the issues and the problems that are moving you all apart. Feel the emotions of hurt and anger as you imagine and feel the other person within you. Now gently place both your palms on your heart and connect with your divine. As you connect with your divine, breathe normally. Pray and ask your divine to let go of all your anger and hurt that you experience with the other person, and for you to find peace with the other. Be passionate with feeling and emotion when you pray and ask your divine to let go of your anger, hate, and find peace with the other. Repeat this slowly to yourself with a loving voice. May the dark clouds of my anger and hurt slowly dissipate and disappear. May the dark clouds of my anger and hurt slowly dissipate and disappear. May the dark clouds of my anger and hurt slowly dissipate and disappear. Now feel your inner being become filled with love. Now immerse yourself with love as you now see and feel the other person within you. In this moment, you and the other are one. Remain in this beautiful state of being one with the other, with whom you have been struggling before. Continue to remain in this beautiful state of being one with the other. Immerse yourself in love. Melt your heart with love and embrace the other in your heart with the energy of love. Now slowly come back to your body. Listen to your breathing as you become grounded. Take a deep breath through your nostrils to become completely grounded. And when you are ready, you can gently open your eyes in gratitude. Thank you very much to all of you who have joined in, to all fathers who have connected. Happy belated Father's Day to you, and may you find joy in your hearts, peace in your mind, and bliss in your lives. God bless all of you. Nandri Vanakkam.